let's head to the Emirates, shall we, for Arsenal up against Leicester. We were really looking forward to this one. And anyone that had Jesus, Leicester, we were really looking forward to this one. And anyone that had Jesus in their fancy team, well done. I'm saying that to myself as well.
Well, we mentioned at half-time as well, Seamus, Jesus could be a stroke of magic for Arteta. Obviously working with Manchester City. He looks a world-class player on today's performance alone. And I said at half-time as well, he's going to start every week for Arsenal. He's going to be their main strike back post from a set play, but he looks like he's found his home already after 2 back posts from a set play, but he looks like he's found his home already after 2 games.
Fantastic. I mean, this year, unlucky from Saliba because he was brilliant against Crystal Palace. Started off this game really well as well. Bit of miscommunication between where, again, they get themselves back into it again. Poor goalkeeping. Just deal with the situation. Gabriel Jesus with a little pass and Granit Xhaka with a really tidy finish.
Do you think that's one of the most impressive parts of this performance, in that every time they did concede, we saw an immediate reaction?
Well, they showed character because they...
And that every time they did concede, we saw an immediate reaction?
Well, they showed character because they, the pressure, obviously, the Emirates, a full house, the crowd might have got on their back a little bit, but I think, again, Ramsdale maybe should do better with this goal. It's a tight angle from Maddison, probably shouldn't go in. But then again, as you say, Arsenal react off the back. I think within a minute or two, they get the noses 2 goals back in front again. And when this goal goes in, obviously, it's a fantastic finish, Martinelli off the post. Then it's game over at that stage, and it looks this season could be Arteta's season. Definitely they finish Champions League. Darren thinks they're going to win the league. He's getting really excited, but try and keep him calm there, and off air is not easy.
Well, we've been talking about him. 2 goals and 2 assists for Gabriel Jesus. Let's hear his thoughts post-match.
How much are you enjoying playing number 9 for Arsenal?
A lot, you know. I was not unhappy at it. I was like, you know, just want to play, understand the club, understand the manager, but, you know, sometimes players want to play, and I'm the same, you know, and here I come, you know, train every day, me and Eddie, here I come, you know, train every day, me and Eddie finishing, you know, he have a lot of quality, a lot of confidence to play as well, and then, I think...
What a great performance from Gabriel Jesus. OK, let's head to Southampton. And it was Leeds that got off to a really good start.
Yeah, brilliant start from Leeds, and obviously there's a lot of talk before the game about Hasenhüttl under pressure. 2-0 down, he was under even more pressure, but reacted second to pressure. 2-0 down, he was under even more pressure, but reacted second house. Southampton's a fantastic finish with Rieger. Near post run, Bentley would have loved one of them back in the day, but a fantastic ball in at the near post. And again, we talked earlier in the day about set plays, how important they are. I think this was good in as well, but he wasn't taking any chances right on the line and knocks in 2-0 up, and then Hasenhüttl's under real.
Yeah, Joe, I like Rieber's finish here because the first one he could hit it, but he doesn't. He takes his time, composure, really good finish, and Southampton are back into it. I mean, Hasenhüttl, he can't question the spirit of his side because they lose this game. He's under real pressure, but they showed fighting spirit. Really good play there from Shadams as well. I think the defender really sells himself a little bit. He dives in, can't get there, but Walker-Peters keeps his composure. Really good finish, and they managed to get a point.
So a really good home point for Southampton in the end.
I think it'd probably feel like a victory when you're 2-0 down, definitely, Seaman, for sure.
Now, there was one incident in this. There was actually a penalty shout here. Now, it was 8 Nuri on D. Cordova-Reid, and it was definitely a clear-cut penalty, wasn't it? Yeah. And it was Mitrovic that stepped up to the mark, and you're going to see exactly what happened following that. Talk us through it. Yeah,
I mean, he obviously scored the one last week, really good penalty. But I think he went the other way last week. But here, maybe that's in his mind. He's thinking, right, the goalkeeper saw me score it last week, down in the other corner. Let me go for power in the far corner, and the goalkeeper gambles right. And it's a little bit straight down the middle, but the keeper's gambled right. He saved the penalty. A little bit of controversy, Buzzy off his line a little bit. Don't think he was. Unfortunately, Mitrovic misses the controversy, Buzzy off his line a little bit. Don't think he was. Unfortunately, Mitrovic misses the pen.
I guess a lot of people are wondering whether he can recreate the form from the Championship in the Premier League. As you said, he showed it last weekend, but it's going to be a challenge throughout the course of the season. Yeah,
I think he's a handful for any defender. I mean, you mentioned Bozzy Sarr, good credit for the penalty save. If he dives the other way, then it's a good goal. We're talking about Mitrovic getting the victory for Fulham, but I think he'll have a good season, Mitrovic. He looked really good last week.
The other game was goalless between Brighton and Newcastle.
He looked really good last week.
The other game was goalless between Brighton and Newcastle. I think we were expecting a bit more from that, weren't we?
Yeah, especially after the way the 2 teams started last week. I thought there'd be goals, 2 good football inside as well. But listen, a point is probably the right result for both teams. OK, gents, it's been a pleasure spending the day with you. You were brilliant, but unfortunately, we're all being subbed. So it's goodbye for